Okay, let's work on our feet. Lift all 10 toes off the mat, then put them down. Shift your weight forward and float your heels up and lower down. And again, lift the toes, down, shift forward, lift the heels, lower down. Again, toes off, lower down, shift forward, lift the heels, lower down. And one more. Toes down, shift forward, lift the heels, and lower down. Now lift one heel off the ground and lower. We're stretching the bottom of the foot. Now be careful. Make sure not to angle your foot in or out. You want to track that heel straight forward over the toes. Stretching the arch, lowering down. Great. Lift all 10 toes again. Now we're going to do a little tap. Up and down. Tap and tap and tap. We're working the muscles at the top of the foot. Excellent. Now we're going to go down and do some doming. We're going to first lift the inside of those ankle bones. So you'll see as I lift those ankle bones, everything lines up really nicely. And when I drop the ankle bones, I roll inward. So we want to make sure those ankle bones are lifted up. Now we're going to go to the arches and try to lift the knuckles of the arches off the floor. This is called doming. So we're creating space by lifting the arches up off of the ground. Here it is again. Try not to let your toes crunch and try not to let the bones of your feet lift up outside of your knuckles. So we're lifting your knuckles and lowering them down, creating that nice arch or domed position underneath the foot. This is really great to strengthen those muscles. So dome and relax the toes. Dome and relax. Dome and relax. Excellent. Let's just do some simple knee bends. Now, yes, it's a simple knee bend, knees tracking forward over the toes, but what I'd like you to focus on is softening the front of the ankles. So keep the front of the ankle muscles really soft as you bend and then you stretch up. Excellent. Now we're going to push into the ground. We're going to lift those heels up, 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 up. Find your balance and then slowly lower down. I want you to imagine that you're pushing into the ground and then you're sinking into quicksand, but slowly down. So you've got some resistance that you're working against. Push and lift. Big toes push down into the ground and then slowly lower the heels down. This is really working the muscles underneath the feet. I'm not after working the calf muscles so much. So underneath the feet are working like crazy. Now we're going to shift one foot to the other, pointing one foot down and shifting our weight to the other foot. So stretch and down. Imagine you have some honey stuck to your feet. Now we're going to turn out into a V position. Now I'm going to stretch the arch and shift from one foot to the other. Again, making sure that I'm tracking my heel forward over my toes and not off to the side. All right, weight on one foot. Now we're going to stretch and point the other foot. Heel down, toes down. Heel down, toes down. Careful not to roll in on that standing leg. So we're working on our balance, but we're also working on strengthening the other foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. Good. Make sure to breathe and stay nice and tall with your posture. Point and flex. All right, now we're going to push that ground away and we're going to come up on the tippy toes. Keep all those toes down, especially the big one, and lower the heels down. Slowly up. And then remember, it's kind of like we're going through quicksand. We're slowly sinking to the floor. Feel that push into the ground. Push the ground away, big toes, push down, and then slowly lower your heels. You should feel this work all the way from the back of the foot all the way up through the back of the leg and into the hips. And slowly lower the heels down. Excellent. Turn your legs parallel. Stand on one foot. Simple. Just circle the ankle around. Oh, we want to make sure that we're not rolling forward into the ankle. So stand on one leg, circle the other foot around. Imagine your foot's like a tripod, right? So you want to equally stand between the big ball of the big toe, the ball of the little toe, and the heel. And we want to keep that ankle bone lifted up so it's supporting us and not rolling forward as we circle the other foot. Excellent. Now we're going to lift the toes of one foot and turn out the thigh bone. So I'm pivoting on my heel, but the work is actually coming from my thigh bone. So think of the pivot coming from the thigh. Big toe lifts up. See if you can keep the other toes on the ground and just lift your big toes up. It's a little tricky. Now we're going to keep the big toes down and try to lift the other toes off the ground. As you can see, my one pinky has a hard time with this one. Remember, don't let your ankles roll in. Keep those ankle bones pulled up as you try to lift those 4 toes on either side up and down. Now we're going to do a little trot. So I'm pointing my toes, I'm rolling through my feet as I go up and down. And it's just very simple. Trot, trot, trot from one foot to the other. And that's it.